I sent him into the future!
Okay, so this is my review for a movie called The 13th Floor. I don't really know how prevalent this movie is in, people's minds. I've kind of always had it, known about it in the back of my mind a little bit, but I don't think it's very popular or a lot of people know about it. It's kind of an under-the-radar type of movie, but I always recognize it because it pops up on people's list of movies when you talk about stuff like The Matrix and Dark City and stuff like that, which I guess I'll start off with. So it doesn't have a huge cast with a lot of recognizable names, and it also kind of suffered from the fact that it came out at a time when there was a lot of these psychological thrillers dealing with altered realities. And so like I mentioned, so this is from 1999, and The Matrix also came out that same year, as did Existenz, which is an awesome David Cronenberg movie. And then a year before, in 98, was Dark City. And all these movies, semi-spoiler alert, I mean, it's been quite a while since they came out, but these are all movies that deal with, altered realities, which, unfortunately, this movie and Dark City kind of suffer from the fact that they spoil part of that with their posters. So if you're looking at my blog page, you can see the poster of it. And Dark City had a similar thing with one of their original posters. It kind of gave away some aspects of the movie. But, I mean, that's kind of a minor spoiler in my opinion, especially since it's, 14 years now, at least, since they came out. But anyways, so it isn't going to be a really long review or anything like that. But it's directed by a guy named Joseph Rusnak. He didn't really do much else besides this. And like I said, the cast doesn't have a very recognizable group of people. The main actor is Craig Bierko, which I don't really recognize him from anything else. I think he did some TV work maybe. He's our main actor, main character Doug. One of our main actresses is played by Gretchen Mol. I know her quite a bit. She's been in Boardwalk Empire for the last couple of years, and she's in Rounders. So, and then there's Vincent D'Onofrio. I think, what was he in? One of the NCIS shows or something like that. But also, Full Metal Jacket, a lot of other movies. The Cell. He's a really good actor. And then there's a guy named Armin Mueller-Stahl, who, he's a pretty big part of the movie. The only thing I recognized him from was The Game. He has a pretty small part in that movie, the Michael Douglas, David Fincher movie, The Game. But anyways, so the movie revolves around our main protagonist, played by Craig Bierko. He works at a computer company, and they're creating this alternate reality game. And the owner of the company is played by the Armin Mueller-Stahl. And it starts out with him getting into the game, and then there's a murder. He shows up dead. Well, yeah, they find him dead. And so there's a murder investigation of what really happened to him. So Craig Bierko's character is working with Vincent D'Onofrio, who also works at the computer company. And he has to go into the game. It's a alternate reality, so everything feels real when they're in there. And he has to try to figure out what happened to their boss and his mentor. And so that's kind of the story. Gretchen Mol shows up. She is Armin Mueller's daughter, and Craig Bierko didn't know he had a daughter, so it's kind of throwing a weird wrench into the whole situation. And then there's some cops investigating, and yada yada yada. Things happen. Some things are discovered in similar certain ways. It's kind of, I'd say it's like a noir. It's a mystery, sci-fi noir. Has that feel to it. Pretty low budget, but it looks pretty good. And like I said, it's going to be a pretty short review. I don't know. There's not a lot to say about it. It's a decent movie. It's pretty good. I give it a 3.75 out of 5, so it's definitely worth a watch. But don't want to go too much more into it. I don't want to get into too many spoilers. But the acting's decent. It looks pretty good. even though it's dealing with these altered realities and stuff like that, it's handled really well, similar to The Matrix and Existenz and Dark City. Hey, they don't do anything really radical that they need a lot of super sophisticated computer graphics or anything like that. They're just kind of, well, you're in a computer now, but it's just like a different world type thing. So yeah, if you like any of those other movies that I mentioned, I'd say especially like Dark City and Existenz. If you like those types of movies, I'd definitely give this a watch. I guess it also has kind of a feel of like Tron, where he's going into a game, but that's obviously when he goes into that game, it's very heightened and super computer graphics and stuff like that. But yeah, so if you like sci-fi and those types of movies, I'd definitely check it out. Okay.